All right, I'm here with Robyn Meyer at his lighthouse on the Valley River. So what inspired you to build a lighthouse here at this location?
Well, it started out being a playhouse for the grandchildren. It was going to be 2 floors high, and then friends kind of encouraged me to keep going higher, and ended up being like 5 stories high.
Great.
Started it in 2005 and finished it 2011, I guess.
And how high is the lighthouse?
Well, it's 50 feet right to the top of the beacon. The top of the roof would be 40 feet, I guess.
Great. Are you still working on it? Is it complete at this stage?
It's complete. It takes a certain amount of maintenance every year to keep it from deteriorating.
And how did you get up on the side of the lighthouse here and get into a position to do the work you needed to do?
Well, the first floor wasn't bad. Did the stonework off a step ladder, and then too many trips up and down the ladder. I built a homemade crane with a overhead winch and a basket that I had a remote start on my generator, and I would fire up my little crane and load up cement and stones, and it worked pretty good. And then I used my feet to spin the crate around the lighthouse, and a few times it got me caught. I had to remember to go backwards each time because there was wires that would come unplugged if I kept going around the same direction. Reba happened to be down here once and brought a ladder over for me to rescue me. One time I was up 30 feet, and I did have a rope for an escape hatch too, but I kind of chicken shit to use the rope. I climbed on top of the basket onto the roof and come down the inside.
So a building like this must weigh quite a bit. Did you have to put in a substantial foundation here?
Yeah, I put, well, it's an octagon. It's got 8 corners. There's a 8-foot pile down each corner, and lots of rebar in the cement. And surprising, well, there's rebar all the way up too, and surprising after this many years there's not a crack in it anywhere.
Amazing. Any concern with water being this close to the river here?
Well, 2-3 years ago the river is high enough it actually went inside the bottom floor.
Oh, wow.
But as far as ice will come up into here, but I don't believe ice would ever damage it there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting structure and looks very stable. I'm sure it'll be here long after we're gone.
Well, I'm hoping so. I had that in mind when I built it. All the window frames and door frames I made out of home sawn oak trees, so oak will last more years than the average lifespan does.
Right. So, and this isn't the only one you've done. You have another smaller, I don't know if I want to call it a lighthouse, but you have a generating tower up top there. And did you build that at the same time or shortly after?
Pretty well the same year I finished this. I started it 2011, and I think it's smaller and smaller diameter and smaller height. I think 2 years I completed it.
Good. So you have the ability to be off-grid here, basically, to an extent.
Yeah.
You've got your power here and some water as well. I saw that.
No internet. Jarrett doesn't have a tower down here for me.
Well, we might have to talk to Federowicz because I see his elevator's just over there. So finally, you don't just have the lighthouse here. You've moved a cabin onto the site as well, and
yeah, the cabin was my grandfather's homestead. That's actually where it all started. Moved the cabin here first, and well, that was 25 years ago, I think, and it was built in 1894. Restored it, and it was almost to the point where it was beyond. If it sat at its present location, it would have been all caved in by now.
Right. Well, it's nice to give old buildings like that a second chance at life. That's for sure. Maybe we'll have to come back another time, and you'll have to. We'll do a separate video on the cabin itself. So great. Well, I think that about covers it. appreciate you letting me come and check the place out and make a video. Share this great experience with the people on YouTube.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks a lot, Robyn.
Okay, let's head on inside and check the place out. Thanks again to Robyn and Reba Meyer from Gilbert Plains, Manitoba for giving me the great tour of the lighthouse and the old cabin. Please always be sure to consult landowners for permission before viewing any places yourself. Thanks again.